Creativity sparks where the darkness comes. Shadows in the flicker, pieces succumb. We craft peace in the chaos until we're numb. Aliens in the smoke, shadows in the air, floating through the space like I just don't care. Creating's how we heal, no pill compares. Anxiety dissolves, now time feels rare.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, heck, wouldn't you know it? We don't need that. Hang up on that. It says potential spam. And all they're going to say is, hey, this is Casey from your loans department. We need to talk to you about this. I get those calls every day. 3 or 4 times a day. Hey Matthew, I just finished your your Santa house video when you was wood burning and everything, and it turned out pretty cool. I like that. Reminds me of the little piece that I did flip. I did it a long time ago. Is that the mail? All right. Mail just ran, which means my future just took off down the road. This is what I'm trying to babble about. That's one of the only little gnome home deals that I've done with good detail with my wood burner. That's old piece of pecan that I whittled all this into it and that line, and then scratched that out, and then kind of sanded that down smooth and got the tool mark or the whittle marks out of it. And then I drew the little rocks and stuff on with the pencil, and then took the wood burner and burned over all that. And then I took different color stains, and yeah, I got crazy when I done it, but took my little paintbrush and done different planks and different colors, and then did some little scratches on there to try to make it look real wood and all. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a hard little carve too, because that's pecan. That's a dense wood. Thank you. But yeah, today I'm just here. I guess that's the best I can say. I'm gonna take and put this piece of crepe myrtle on here. I hate this piece of work. I just now seen a little bug hole in it. I'm gonna be making some plugs, basically. Getting ready to get some more blanks set up, or more molds for my blanks, I guess. And I'm going a whole new route. And I'm using this, but my dowels aren't big enough to put in there, and then the ones I got are too small to grab in my chuck. And I'm wanting to basically spin this down just a little bit smaller. I might be able to grab it, but I gotta open it up and see. But I want to spin this down, basically give myself a tannin to grab onto, and then I'm gonna round this down and basically get it the same inside diameter as this, and to where it'll slide nice and snug. And then I'm gonna put a drill bit in my Jacob's chuck down here, and then drill into it dead center while it's lined up. That way I can keep it dead center. When I take and make them not on the lathe, I try to put them on my drill press and drill them. I never get the damn thing center, and it's gonna be the plug that holds my insert inside my blanks. So I need that insert to be dead center and pointing straight. That way I have equal epoxy around it to make it easier to turn. And I have been procrastinating that. So I figure I'll try to get that done today. I need to get at least 3 of them. Try to get 3 of them made. But yeah, other than that, how's everybody doing? Grumpy's been out of it for a little bit. I don't know how well I'm gonna be in it on this, but I mean, heck, we gotta try, right?
this world where you belong. Odds and ends, they can't go wrong. Smile wide as we go along.
It's what I'm gonna start trying to make my blanks out of until I can get me some of that compound. I know there's a I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's the silicone mix where you make your own molds. They have different densities of it, I guess, for different hardnesses of the mold, and I wanna I have to how am I gonna do it? I'm probably gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, y'all. But my original thought. Let me see where's it at. My original thought is I've spun a piece of wood down, right? This is basically the size of my blanks, and that would be like the insert sticking out. So I need to get about 5 or 6 of these made up just like this, seal them up real good, and that way the silicone stuff can't stick to them, and then get them set up in a deal to fall down. Get them set up in a deal where I can pour mold around that, because that's how I need my mold to be. I need it to be round and have that little tit at the bottom so I can put my insert in there. So, but yeah, that's I guess future savings for, or future goals to save for. There you go. Hey, Amy Jo. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, we're supposed to have the grandkids here tonight. That's gonna be different. Flip. Sorry, y'all. Oh. What they say, the show must go on.
Grumpy's hands work through the grain, carving tales to numb the pain. Each clip speaks where words don't flow, healing scars they'll never show. Out of my head I find my peace, shaping the wood as burdens release. Each glowing piece a story spun.
Yeah, I had to fill out paperwork all over again, like I was filing for my disability all over, thanks to flipping Trump. I have to reevaluate. Yeah, they evaluate my case every so many years on my disability because I'm so young and I'm disabled. They don't understand that. And I've already had to go in front of their judges and fight for it and all that mess to get my disability. It took from 2011 to 2017 before I finally got it. You know, and then now I have to I'm sorry, I've got to watch my language. Now I have to stress because they did an evaluation report about a month or two ago, and I filled that out, sent that back. Well, I got a whole new paper to fill out yesterday in the mail, and they want it back by the 8th, and it's basically, what do I do from the time I wake up, go to bed? Can I get dressed? Can I take care of myself? Can I do this? Can I do that? All over. It's like doing my disability papers all over again. So I'm stressing the hell out of that on top of the crazy crap that I'm dealing with on the side. So yeah, let's just say my anxiety's through the flipping roof. How about y'all? Woo! Well, I'm scared to flicking death right now. And this is nothing I want to do. Flip, I want to do any kind of therapy I can do. You want me to do anger management, whatever, any damn thing. I do it all. But that's not the point. It's, I guess, that.
Whisper so clear, Lathe spins, I'm grinning, no fear. Chisel songs, wood grains sing. Shapes emerge, magical thing. Curls of oak, pine shavings fall. Therapy in sawdust, hear the wood call.
How can somebody go?
Clouds, stress away. Every stroke, night to day.
Let's see.
Grumpy smile, laid back art.
Hey, Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Feel my heart.
Oh my God. Yeah, look at chat. Fix that. Put my glasses on when I start spinning.
Hands carve stories, ancient.
I got a few new songs made, but I haven't put them into the playlist. I got to get back into the OBS, and I guess I got to delete the the 2 playlists I have set in there, and then combine them into one, and then I got to add some more songs to it.
Lay spins tales, old and wise, wooden spirits, soulful eyes.
I want to be so damn mad. I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm heartbroken. But it's like,
Peace never ceases.
we got to be civil. We got young grandkids. And then she doesn't want the kids to hate her because it's all her choice. This is nothing of my choice. You know, I knew we had a little bump going on, but I mean, frick, we've been together 30 years. We've always had some ups and downs, but it's always balanced out. And I've done a 180 on the person I used to be. You know, I've told y'all all before, I used to be a grouchy asshole. I was not the easiest to live with, you know, but that's been over 10 years ago. You know, my grandkids started coming into the picture. I had gotten away from all the pain pills, and that's what made me so stupid and crazy. And then I've worked my hardest to turn into a different person. That's why everybody says, you're not that grumpy. You're not that grumpy. I used to be pretty grumpy, you know. But yeah, it says 12 years now she ain't been happy. I'm just, how can you be with somebody for 12 years and act like everything's fine? That's the hardest part. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put my mask on, and I'm gonna turn my dust collector on. I don't know if I'm gonna end up muting y'all or not while I got this going. I don't know. I don't have it boxed in yet, so it's not as quiet as the vacuum was. Oh, hey, Mr. Ray, how you doing? Well, so they have to see how loud the vacuum or the dust collector gets. My beard's getting harder to get tucked in my mask on. I look like Santa Claus over here. All right, we got mask on. Let's see. I might be able to turn the music up just a touch. That might get louder than the dust. Hey, Patricia. Hold on. Let's see. There you go. Welcome in. Thank you for coming by. I hope you're having a good day. Got my dust mask on, so that's why I'm kind of muffled up. Alright, so maybe I don't got it too loud. Alright, fix and turn this noise on. I need my glasses.
Therapy on repeat. Alien vibes hit wild, art'll never retreat. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze, roll type medication.
All right.
Outer space glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze.
We go bring you a video because I ain't done a live in a couple of days, and I didn't drop my Wednesday video. I got one on the book or on the board to edit. I just got to edit it down, and I'll have it for Wednesday. I haven't been feeling it. Yeah. Hey, PK. Oh, my Google just opened up. Probably closed my YouTube. Oh, that's that. There we go. Alright, I'm trying to turn, I guess a tannin is what you call it. I'm trying to get it small enough where I can grab it good with my chuck. And then I'm going to back the tailstock up. I'm trying to, where'd I put it? Well, here it is. I'm basically going to be making some plugs for this, and I'll show y'all what I'm doing here in a minute once I get it going. Oh, hold on a minute. My glasses. All right. Listen, let me turn this down so I ain't falling. Okay. The moderator thing, what that does, one, if I get a bunch of trolls in here or something, you got the ability to block them or put them in timeout or all that good stuff. And then two, it makes it easier for you to be able to go and connect to anybody in the chat. You can just click their name and go straight to their channel and give them a subscribe or see what their channel's about and stuff like that. If you're not a moderator, you have to copy and paste their little name and try to search them down, and it just makes it harder to connect. But I know you and trust you. I know you're not going to come in here being a troll. So it's like if everybody's trustworthy and all that good stuff, then you get a wrench, and then it just helps the community grow. Hey, Miss Francis. But yeah, that's the whole thing for the wrench. You know, it just helps everybody look out for everybody, and then it helps you connect with everybody that much easier. Some people don't like to have the wrench, you know, so if anybody doesn't want the wrench, just let me know. But most people, it just, like I said, it just makes it easy to connect. But okay, what I'm doing is the blanks that I'm doing some cylinder molds for them, and basically the blank's gonna be, you know, the diameter is this size, and I don't have, let's see, I have one dowel rod. I can turn it down and it'll fit in there to make a plug, but it's too small for me to grab in my chuck right here, and I want to be able to grab stuff in my chuck today so I can make sure I drill dead center, because I've tried to make them, I've spun them down before with them being dowel rods like this, but then I've had to put them on my drill press and try to drill them center to hold my insert, and I always get them off just a little bit. So if I have it locked down in the chuck on my lathe and then have my Jacob chuck on the other end, I'll be able to drill it dead center once I get it spun small enough. So I'm gonna make a tan in here where I can hold it here, and then I'll turn this down and I'll be able to move the tailstock away to see if it'll fit, you know, and then once it fits, I'll put the Jacob chuck and then drill it center, and then I'll be able to cut it. And I need to make 3 of those, at least 3 of those today. That way I can I have three molds already made up, but the plugs that I have are smaller dowels with tape wrapped around them to make them fit snug. And what I'm trying to do with this one is just make it to where the wood fits pretty snug, and I put maybe one piece of tape around a piece of wood, you know, and that'll help lock it in. So because I'm basically plugging it at the bottom and then filling it from the top, so I don't want the epoxy to run out. So I'll put a piece of tape around it so it'll fit snug, you know, and then I'll put tape on the bottom of that just for an extra measure so the epoxy don't leak out in case it does try to leak. But that's what I'm doing today. I got to get in here and do something, and I need to make new blanks. I'm out of my blanks with my inserts, so. Hey Michael, thank you for coming by. Yeah, I'm actually doing a later live, so I guess a lot of people get to catch up to me that normally miss them, because I normally do like 5:30 in the morning Central Time. But yeah, I haven't. It's just too much going right now, so I haven't been getting up. And then I've been, I call it my grand pug, my daughter and my grandkids, every year just after Christmas, they go out of town for New Year's. They go up towards Tennessee, Gatlinburg, up that way to get away from this area and just get them some snow. And so yeah, they travel just after that. So I've been babysitting the grand pug for them, and they picked her up last night. And so yeah, I'll be able to get my schedule. I'll be able to get my schedule going again. And then once all the dust settles down around here, I'll be able to make a whole new schedule, because I won't be having everybody that I'm messing with. Yeah, it would just be me. Sucks, but I guess that's the way it's gonna be. Oh, flip. Yeah, but for y'all that don't know, that's tuning in, I ain't been in my lives, I ain't been doing my stuff. Grumpy's got some personal junk going on. Just after Christmas, I found out my wife don't want to be with me no more. So we're trying to get all this stuff settled out. Yeah, it sucks, but she's trying to be super cool about everything, though. I mean, we are trying to be super civil. We got young grandkids. We can't, I don't want to separate and be enemies. But yeah, that's where Grumpy's been. But hopefully, if everything goes the way it's supposed to go, I won't go anywhere. I'll keep the house. I'm disabled. I can't work. My disability won't pay my bills nowhere. You know, I don't make enough to live off my disability is what I'm getting at. I don't get shit $1,100 a month after they take my medical and stuff out for my insurance. But she wants to buy me out of my part of the house. She wants to refinance the house with what's left of the mortgage, because we've been here a little over 20 years. You know, we're over halfway through a 30-year mortgage. You know, so she wants to refinance that bit. Then the amount that it would take to get me out, or my half of the market value of the home, which would give me a chunk of money to invest. And I checked with my disability, I can invest. The big chunk of money won't hurt my disability, and I can draw interest off of it, and that interest doesn't count as earned income, so it won't hurt my disability. And I've looked at it, I can invest it just right. I should be able to pay that new mortgage and my utilities, and I would have life estate here at the house. That was one thing I wanted to put in the paperwork. You know, I don't want her to be able to get mad and kick me out, because she will be the landlord. So, yeah, there's still some details to iron out, but she's trying to be so damn cool because she don't want the kids to hate her. She already feels the kids are gonna hate her, and I don't want nobody mad at nobody.
Chronic pain, it starts to
It
fade.
sucks.
Healing in these grooves we've made.
And my son, he's upset with me. He's afraid I'm not standing up for myself. And he's upset at his mom because of what's going on. And I tell him it's between me and her. You know, she still loves him to death.
Community, we stand as one underneath the carving sun. Carve away the heavy night. Medication rolled up tight. Find the rhythm, let it show. Creating sparks that brightly glow.
If I say no, it has to be this, it has to be that, it has to be this, then we start fighting, we go to court, we have to sell everything, we split everything. She's wanting to take all the debt. We have loans and stuff. She's wanting to take all that into her name. She can afford to refinance it to her, you know, to get me out of everything. All I have to do is just pay the mortgage and my utilities. And she would take care of homeowners insurance. I mean, it would be a landlord-tenant thing at that point. But I don't want to fight. But that's just it. If it doesn't work out the way she says it works out, then I'll be on my butt because I won't be able to take care of myself. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Yeah, I had to look into my disability to see if the money would affect me, if I could live on interest, because I could invest. I've looked at it. If I get bought out of my half of the house and she's talking like $80,000. I looked at I could put $50,000 into a high interest yielding checking account, and that would give me just over $2,000 a month on interest. And I could take the $2,000 a month and then my $1,000 a month, and I should be able to pay my monthly bills and have a little bit of money to live on, and then hopefully even be able to save some at the same time. I just don't know what to do. I don't want to fight. That's the last thing I want to do. That's what I've been changing my whole persona, when I was grumpy, when I was that butthead, that's what I did. I wanted to argue and bitch and fuss, and that's not been me for a long time. She even gives me credit for changing, but I guess it's just shit in the past that she won't let go. I can't do nothing about it. But she says I deserve somebody that'll love me for me and get involved with all my hobbies. And y'all, I begged and pleaded. I thought I'd quit every damn thing I did. I'd quit smoking. I'd quit making roach clips because she hates the 420 part of my life. But that's my medication these days. I don't do pharmaceuticals. I don't do pain pills. I don't do muscle relaxers. I don't even take a damn aspirin or an Advil. I do my blood pressure medication, 1 gabapentin, CBD, and marijuana.
Lathe fired up and the dust is flying. Every turn feels like dreams are trying. Stress and pain melt far from sight. Cedar Wonderland feels just right. Cedar in each hand, oh what a day. The scent of the wood takes stress away. Dust is dancing under workshop lights. Craft and joy.
That's what I say. Y'all, I don't know if y'all heard me in a few of my videos. She'd leave to go for work in the morning and stuff, and I'd say, you just leaving too early. Don't take that long to get to work. That's where it's getting to the point where she don't even want to be here. She says she's looking for every excuse to be gone or to leave and this and that. This is something she's been wanting for a long time. She's already got it written up. She just has to change paperwork to include stuff that I've been mentioning and stuff. Yeah, she's been working on this for a hot minute. And that's what I say. It's been the best year of my life and the worst year of my life. Because I just started getting my damn roach clip stuff selling good. I'll always sell a few here and there when I go in and out of the dispensary, but you know, I've made a decent little bit of money in a short time setting up at them events, you know, and I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, get out of my head, get where I can trust and like people again, and whew. This is why I don't trust people. You know, I put my trust into people and it's like I always end up getting burnt. That's what put me in my grumpy little shell. That's what put me in my hole and made me stay right here at the house and not get out and socialize. You know, and here I am working my damnedest to get out of that. Whew. Flip. It just is what it is. I gotta turn this on. Smoke whispers tales carried on the breeze. Every carve, every cut, a piece of the soul. Grumpy scrap turns broken into whole. Night stretches long, stars wink through the haze. Cedars embrace, turning dark into days. Healing in the hands, therapy in the air. Lathe spins eternal, cause Grumpy truly care. Alright. Dust message going on. I gotta turn that light on. Noise making. I appreciate it, everybody, because that's just it. I don't have a whole lot of more support over it. My mom, you know, she's my mom. She's wanting to defend me, so she wants to get mad, and I don't want nobody mad. I don't want to hear no toxic crud, you know, and because I don't want it to be toxic. Oh, where did I put my glasses on my head? Well, it's spicy, but it's not ready. I'm just trying to measure to make sure I'm going to be able to get a good bite. Make sure I didn't spin it too small.
I don't use that a lot. And when I do, I end up hitting my dangum finger on it, or I'll get a bad catch because I get heavy-handed a lot because of my neck. I'm more comfortable turning with the live center and dead center versus the chuck, but I need the chuck to have it straight so I can drill it perfect. No, it's a monthly thing. It's a high yield. Hold on a second. I feel like I'm yelling. I just saw your comment. Hold on just a minute. Um,
No, it was a federal credit union, but it's just a standard credit union now, and they have a bunch of loans on the books, and it's all member run, so they're able to offer a high yield. They have I think it's a 5.5% dividend on the account. I have to have so much I have to have so much money in the account and have a direct deposit of a certain dollar amount and higher in order to qualify for the account, and having that chunk of money, and then my disability deposit will have me meeting the criteria. And yeah, it's that much interest a month. That's one thing I've been looking at, because I mean that's the only way I'm going to be able to survive, because like I told her, with a huge chunk of money and my disability, even if I didn't touch that money but just for bills, it would run out, you know. And there's little things that I do need. I need a dependable vehicle. I don't have a dependable vehicle. I have 2 vehicles that are broke. You know, I got to sell both of them and try to get one that runs. So there's going to be a little bit of money coming out of the chunk for that. A few things around the house that I need to do just to make it a little bit easier for me, being it's going to be just be by myself. So a little bit more money for that. So that's what I'm looking at. That's why I say 50,000 to invest, and say hopefully it's 80K that I would come out on top with, because then that would give me enough for taxes, and then give me enough to get my truck or something, you know, get myself, you know, set up to where I can maintain a loan, you know. And so yeah, I'm hoping everything will work out to that, because that's what I have to look at, because I can't sign anything, you know, and say, yeah, I agree to all this if it's just gonna run out in a couple of years and put me on my butt, you know. And that's not what I want, you know. So as long as it's maintainable and it's feasible, then yeah, I would be a fool not to agree, you know, because I can't afford to fight it with a lawyer. And then, like I said, if we do go to fighting with a lawyer, then I acquire half of all the debt, you know, and then, you know, of course I'll get my half once we sell everything, but then that puts me having to find a place to live, you know, and I'm not going to be able to find a place to live and set up a shop or anything like that no cheaper than the options that are going to be available if it works out how she says it's supposed to work out. And it sucks, because I don't want to fight, you know. It's just that I don't want to separate. I don't want a divorce, you know. So I figure, you know, a few people told me, well, maybe, you know, once everything settles and y'all do separate and you're apart for a little bit, maybe she'll come back. I mean, that would be just awesome, you know. But if I'm ugly and I fight, you know, then I don't stand a snowball chance in hell for that to happen. So, you know, and like I said, I don't want this to be over, but I ain't got no control over it. All I can try to do is be as mature as possible. Bury Ray Ray. Ray Ray's what got me in this situation, so I don't need his own grouchy ass coming out. And that's what I always tell y'all. I got a Ray Ray and I got a JoJo. Oh, Ray Ray's the old asshole that don't care, that just wants to show his butt. JoJo's who y'all got right now. It just sucks, y'all. Love you people. Flip, love you people. Don't take them for granted. That's for sure. Give them a big old hug for Grumpy. There we go. Yep, I'm in Pensacola. Well, I'm in Milton, Florida. Don't many people know of Pensacola or of Milton, Florida, but a lot of people know Pensacola, Florida because of the beaches and Pensacola NAS and all that stuff. But I'm in Milton, Florida, which is 5 minutes away from Pensacola, Northwest Florida. I'm nowhere near Disney World or nothing like that. I'm up in the top corner of the state going towards Alabama and everything. It's trying to rain out there now. Go figure. Now I have to be flipping careful. That's what I call the knuckle buster. And if I get a catch, that piece ain't gonna stop. It's gonna snatch my tool. I don't like turning like this. I know this is the better way to turn because you have more power with your lathe, but then at the same time, I don't want to stress my lathe that bad because it's a little motor and everything. And y'all hear it now. I got it turned down as low as it'll go, and it's like it's missing. It's not running smooth, so I don't know if my brushes need to be cleaned or what. Right. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, Kevin. I don't know what number. That's the thing about it, is I won't even know what the overall numbers are even gonna be for my mortgage payment that I'll have to be responsible for and what I'll actually get in my pocket at the end. Because we still have to have everything appraised by the bank and I guess go by their price on what we're splitting. And then she won't be able to know what the finals are going to be because she won't be able to apply for the loans and whatnot until we're completely divorced. She's telling me that she'll stay here until it's all over and still help pay the bills and stuff here until everything's final. She's, she's been the one that's done most of the cooking, unless it's a little easy crock pot meal, because I don't stay up on my feet very long at times. I'm up for a minute, then I'm down, then I'm up, then I'm down. So it's like crock pot meal. I'll get up, get the vegetables prepared, get them ready. Then I'll sit down for a little bit. It takes me a minute to do cooking. So I did stuff that gave me that time. But other than that, the other everyday stuff, I just never cooked. I didn't know how she prepared it. She's writing me lists, giving me recipes, how she cooks everything. That's what I did last night. I made the stuffed bell peppers. Now with the stuffed bell peppers, I thought to help before everything went crazy preparing that. But she did most of the cooking part of it. I would just try to clean the peppers and stuff. But I did all that last night while she was still here. And it's hard, but she's trying to be super cool. That's what makes it even harder. Is the dust collector too loud?
Subscribe to the vibe, wood grain on the line. From the forest to the hands, this art divine. Roach clips shining, each one unique. Seed of wisdom in the grain, let the soul speak. Grumpy's in his cedar wonderland. Wood chips flying.
Yeah, see, that's what I have to. I don't make any money on YouTube or nothing yet. You know, I'm still baby channel. I ain't nowhere near close. But that's what I have to be careful of. And too, is but shit. If YouTube blows up, then I don't need my daggone disability. That's just it. If I can afford to live without having my disability, then I'm all for that. But it's just I know right now I can't. To see with the investing, I did check with my state laws with my disability. If I was getting SSI, that would interfere with my money. But I'm getting SSDI, and so I can have the chunk of money give to me, and that doesn't affect my money. And then I can live off of that interest monthly, and that don't affect my money because I'm only allowed to earn. I think it's like $1,200 to $1,400 a month before that income messes with my disability. Yeah, so that's once everything starts doing what it's doing, we have to stay full steam ahead and do it on my own. But if I have enough money invested and it's gaining me enough interest to save and then keep adding to that, which will just create more interest, then if I do it right, I hope I'll be okay. But all that stuff, and I get lost. And the only reason I know what I know is that's what she's done. She has worked at a bank our whole life. So she knows the ins and outs for that part.
Grumpy laid back, sitting in his head, scuffling with the wood piece in his head. Roach clips crafted, each one's a gem. Workshop therapy, coffee
Oh,
problems.
not for that. Yeah, I got to prop up now. That's just it. I don't. That's it. See, I don't understand all that. Whew. I get lost with investments and all that stuff. That's one thing. My goofy butt. I did not pay attention in school, and math was never my good points. And that whole financing and investing and understanding the interest gains and losses and all that. It's Greek to me. I get overwhelmed because my wife, she's tried to get into it and understand it some because, like I said, she's worked at that credit union for over 25 years. And I just, my little country butt, I can't keep up with it all. That's what I was scared about. I didn't know if I would be able to survive on investing any of that money because she was saying I could invest it and do this, and I'm like, how? And that's when she started showing me and explaining to me and everything. Because, like I said, it's she is trying to be so cool because she doesn't want it to affect it. She doesn't want it to be nasty and ugly. Because, like I said, we had kids. We've been together over 30 years. We were high school sweethearts. I'm 49. My daughter was born when I was 17. We had a rift where we were back and forth for a couple of years when I was young, and then we got back together and got married and haven't went back. You know, I thought I was gonna be growing old with her, so we got a granddaughter, a grandson. They're grown, and we got to be nice for the kids' sake at least. I need to put my glasses on so I don't get nothing in my eyes. Ooh. I remember this. Let's see. I can't. I don't get stuff in my head. That's what I'm going to turn this off. I can get a little bit of support till I get ready. That way it won't get out of true. Yeah, I need. No. Boom, boom, bug out here. Yeah, I'm used to having more to put this is the first time I've used a little bitty tool this. I'm used to having more to put my hand on. I gotta watch my knuckle back here. Like I said, I'm trying to take this piece down. I'm gonna turn it into a plug that'll fit I want it to fit kind of snug to where loose, but not super loose. Maybe like wrap one piece of tape around so it don't leak and kind of wedge in there. I need to make about 3 of those, and then before I separate it, I need to have a dead center hole going into it for my little inserts. So I'm setting up my mold. Trying to do a different setup for the molds that I normally use. So I normally use cardstock, tape, paper. I normally do all kind of craziness to make my little molds, but I'm trying to make them more reusable. Because I was, when I did them with the cardstock and all, it was a one and done kind of thing. I'd have to redo it every time. But if this works out, and I'll keep the right mold release and whatnot, I should be able to reuse everything each time. Yes, sir. Bones just got Mr. PK. He just got 1,000 subscribers on his channel.
Welcome to the shop where the lathe don't stop spinning tales of resin, top shelf on the clock. Epoxy rich clips dipped in neon drips, pain medication morphs therapy in sips. Roll tight, minds ignite.
I don't throw snot. I don't throw shavings like that all the time. That's the thing about the live and the dead center. You're more scraping because it'll stop so easy. But locked in that jaw, I can get in there and get a good cut and actually start throwing some real shavings. It's funny when I'm doing it with the epoxy because that stuff, it just starts wrapping up and getting everywhere. We'll get there again. That's what I'm doing here is getting my plugs ready. Cause like I said, I haven't made any blanks since before I started playing at 13 events. I got way behind. Getting close. I gotta go at it. I gotta creep up on it now. They said I don't want it too big. Hey, Suzanne.
tight, spark in the flame, cosmos cracking, stars go insane. What do we do? What do we claim? Let the sparks fly, let the chaos thrive. From the roach cliffs ember, the cosmos arrive, stirring up the ether till the colors collide. In the void we hide, in the void we survive. Dust therapy, breathe in the pain. Meds roll tight, spark in the flame.
Hey, Mr. Johnny. I didn't see you come in. How you doing? I'm trying to make a plug for my new mold. There we go. I need to make 3 of them.
Welcome to the shop, gears grind, sparks ignite. Lathe spin steady, cutting dreams in the night. Epoxy drips slow like a teardrop.
I got a good bit to take off. Too.
Medication call in. Rollin therapy sessions in progression like subscribe. Cosmic confession. Aliens fly by, curious, no aggression. We tell them the deal, your subscription's free, no question.
Oh yeah. Woo. Hold on now. It back got ugly. That's what I gotta be careful for. I don't want ugly. I got a cutting edge here and here, and getting up in there, it was catching both them edges at the same time, and I about took. It was almost too aggressive. There you go. And I gotta come up at it quick. I can't come up at it too fast because it'll get too skinny. I want it to be as tight as I can get it. We were almost getting ready to go on right there. And then now I want it to be able to go up into the piece, you know, at least that far. That way, the more material I have here and the straighter my hole is, the straighter my insert's gonna be. So, yeah, I'll get maybe two plugs out of this piece if it works right. But yeah, we're getting there. Hey, have a good day, Matthew. Thank you for coming by. Okay. Looks like the end is about right. That wedge is in there, but I need it to go way up in there, so we're getting there.
Laid-back carbon, steady hand devotion. Epoxy shines bright, clouded in emotion. Grumpy hands spark art, therapy potion. Anxiety drips, vanishing like ocean foam motion. Aliens in the smoke, they whisper
Oop,
truth.
I think I hit the camera.
Rolled tight, sparking the roots. Chronic pain of ghost fades in the booth. Creating
Oop, snot, it's gonna get stuck.
be proof.
Real close.
Roach clips glowing, fingertips control. Therapy the mission, fire feeds the soul. Ink in the wood grain, carving out whole. Lost in creation, feeling fully whole. Epoxy drips clean, locks the vibe in time. Therapy eternal, sculpted line by line. Pain fades silent, buzzed up the climb. Aliens tracking thoughts, feeling so divine.
Hey, Mr. Roy. How you doing?
Aliens in the smoke, they whisper truth. Medication rolled tight, sparking the roots. Chronic pain of ghost,
I need to take it's sliding on there, but I need to take it down just a touch, so because I want to like wrap a piece of tape around it to kind of wedge in. So I want it tight, but I don't want it too tight that I can't get it to go in there with the tape on it, because I need it to try to stay as straight as possible in the piece.
Grumpy in the shop, he's crafting a throne. Roach clips spinning, epoxy's full blown. Stress evaporates, the pain turns to haze. Workshop therapy in this cosmic maze. Anxiety dissolves, sawdust in the air. Lathe hums a hymn like it don't have a care. Tools talk to him, whispers in the grain. Creation's the cure, washes out the strain. Like and subscribe, come and catch the vibe.
Don't know if the music is loud enough. I can't hear it that good because of everything going on in the background.
Aliens watching, they
How you doing, man? Welcome in.
crafting universes with a gleam in his eye.
Alright, where's it at? I have not used this thing since I've had it. I used it once to drill my wannabe pin with the where's it at? Ha, there we go. I used my Jacob truck once to drill this out. This is the closest to a pin I've made so far. And I did that months ago. But where's my bit? There we go. I had this little bit here. It's the perfect diameter to go through and take your old throwaway pins, and it be just the size for right there to where it wedges in there good. That was my cheap homemade pin. Alright, let's see. Let me turn this off for a minute.
Take this off.
Like and subscribe, come and catch the vibe. Grumpy's workshop where the
Sorry.
cosmos collide. Aliens watching, they peep through the sky, crafting universes with a gleam in his eye.
Now, with that being dead center mount, this being dead center, I'm gonna put my drill bit in here, bring it up close, and then this has got wobble and play until I lock it down. So I'm gonna get it as close to where my bit's almost touching, and then I'll lock it down, and then I'll loosen this part and I'll advance my bit forward by twisting the end. That way I stay as straight as possible and don't waller out my hole, because that's my thing. I'm taking and making a plug for my molds, and I do my little wooden inserts to attach my clips to it, because I just don't trust, you know, epoxy being strong enough to hold the clip once I start crimping. I don't want it to break. So I'll take a piece of wood and put into that plug. You know, it'll be stabilized, sealed up, ready to go, and I'll push it into the plug. And then when I take and put the plug on, it's gonna hold that insert perfectly straight in the plug, so it'll be perfectly straight inside my mold. That way when I put my epoxy, I won't have a super thin side, you know, it won't be going all crooked and wonky, you know, just the way I've been doing it with the homemade molds that I was doing. Do I have any left? Yeah, here we go. I can show y'all. After using them, they start wearing out. I had a block, and I would drill me a hole, and then drill a hole the size of my insert. And where did I just put my insert? Hell, my brain ain't here half the time on a good day. Here we go. But my inserts would go down in there like that, and then I would wrap cardstock around the dowel and wrap it up real tight with tape so it wouldn't leak, you know, and then pull that off the dowel rod, put that in the little hole right there, and then hot glue the heck out of it, you know, and that was my homemade molds. But it's just, you know, I'd pull it out, had to cut the tape, peel the wrap off, and then that was pretty much a one and done. And these will get a little crooked in there, get a little wonky, you know, so it'll be leaning a little bit sometimes, and it'll just be shorter. So doing the plugs the way I'm doing until I can get some actual material to make them is going to be the straightest way I can do it. And then doing it with the pipes that I'm doing, that I'm trying, it should be as easy as once they cure, just turning around and knocking them right out the pipe with the mold release. It shouldn't stick to it or nothing. So it's going to be I'm looking for my bits, you know. It's just going to be a combination of getting those plugs right, I think. And then I need to make a little caddy to hold my plugs, or hold my blanks, or my molds. Goodness, I'll get it right in a minute. I saw everything that went down in that chat the other night, Miss Francis, and it's like, I don't know what happened, but my mad respects to everybody. I do understand there was a loss in that community, but I'm not part of that community. I'm not trying to be rude by no means, but it's just I don't go into I only know them from when William and Heidi talk about them. I don't go into his channels. I watched a few of his stuff and I like his work, but I don't follow him on a regular, and it just too much drama kicked up the other night, and that's what Grumpy's trying to stay the heck away from.
Epoxy spills like rivers on a moonlit night. Shapes emerge.
I know I come into the tail end of everybody blocking and deleting and everybody fussing and huffing over what went on, and it's like, that's just crazy, you know.
Hands cramped steady, art dances just so. Laid back visions, they traverse the unknown. Aliens watch Watch Grumpy shape the great unknown. Sign to the vibe, drop that subscribe. Catch carvings flowing steady, creations alive. Grumpy in his own, aliens not pure delight. Watch epoxy spill dreams under fluorescent lights.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine, you know, like I said, I saw enough of it to realize a lot of it was misunderstandings and everything, but it's just the way everybody transcribed, and as quick as it went crazy, it was like, wow, that's what I don't, I'm not knocking anything, please, by no means. I don't mean no disrespect at all. Like I said, I didn't know the gentleman. I don't know his channel. You know, I heard it, you know, I found out when I saw all the drama going on, you know, that's the only way I know about it. You know, I like Heidi and William, they're good people. You know, I don't see them being disrespectful to nobody, you know, not like that. You know, so. You know, Heidi was upset visibly, you could see that. So I mean, why would there be the disrespect? You know, that's what I didn't get.
Watch Grumpy shape the great unknown. Sign to the vibe, drop that subscribe. Catch carvings flowing steady, creations alive.
Think I got this going where it's gonna be straight, yo. I don't know. I got some wobble right there. See if I tighten that down. Oop, wrong way. Tighten it down. I ain't done this with a big piece yet, so here we go. Oh goodness.
Safety fan. Danger's dancing, oh it's alive. Don't try this if you wanna survive.
I don't know how straight that look. That don't look that straight to me. Heck no, that don't look straight. I don't know, it might be. I know it was burning, I can smell some burnt wood. Ooh, that bit's hot too. Yeah, that's not gonna work, yo.
Don't even try. Grumpy's a fool. No need to ask why.
Cause that's not in the center of that, by no means is that in the center. And that's straight. What's wrong with my cars? They're old and pieces of crap. We've just run them to the, I can't say that. One of them's a 2008 Ford Explorer. It's got the V6 in it. It's been very dependable for us. I can't call it a piece of crap. We've had it since back in 2017, when I first got my disability. I got a back pay because it took so long for me to get my disability, and we bought that vehicle, and we bought a Tahoe that I had, but I've gotten rid of the Tahoe since. But it's The motors, it's old, it's wore out. It's got over right at what 200,000 miles on it now, if not more. Air conditioner does not work in it. Had it recharged and filled up, and it leaked back out. So it's going to be, I guess, the evaporator core under the dash. Then all the solenoids went out in it here recently for the heater and air conditioner, so it don't even have heater in it at the moment. The vent door, you turn on the car and you hear bloom, 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 bloom. It's slapping back and forth between cold and hot, so it won't blow hot air at all. And then when it's hot, it don't blow cold air. Transmission slipping in it bad. We had radiator problem. Radiator was leaking and we changed radiator out. Well, my son-in-law, I love him, he didn't mean no harm, but he's mechanically inclined, but he's not 100% a mechanic. But he tried changing out the radiator, which he did. He changed it, no problem. But the radiator we bought, the factory lines for the transmission cooler didn't connect properly, but he had it connected and it held for about a month. And then it blew that line at the end of the road down here when my wife was coming home from work one day. So she spit all her fluid out, you know, coming down the road. And his transmission wouldn't run then, right? So we figured out, you know, it separated the lines, and he looked at what he didn't do. He didn't take the fittings off the old radiator and put on the new radiator to make it work. Well, he went back and did that and filled it up, topped it off with fresh fluid, tried to purge all the air out of it the best he could, because it's one of those sealed transmissions. You can't just pull the dipstick and pour fluid into it. You have to pump it back into it from underneath. And so he did that, and the damage was done. We either got a lot of air in the valve body and all on it still, or it's just the clutches are burnt out because it slips bad on the first gear and everything. The more we drive it, the worse it's getting. And then you can be in gear just sitting there no problem, and all of a sudden it's like it goes into neutral and slams back into gear, like the valve body's acting up in it or something, you know. So just everything that's wrong with that one, it's just not feasible to start putting money back into it to fix it. Just suspension wise alone, if I tried to replace all the struts and shocks and crap like that, I'm looking at close to $4,000, you know. So it's not worth it. And then I've had a nightmare going on buying vehicles. The past few years, I sold the Tahoe to downsize because of my neck and my back, and I had too many blind spots in it, so I wanted a smaller truck that I could see with easier and stuff. So sold the Tahoe and bought a Chevrolet Colorado, little four-door Colorado, the little ones, not the big ones, but one of the littler Colorados. It was a nightmare. I put 27 buying the truck. I put almost $5,000 in it at the dealership trying to fix it, and I got maybe 15 miles on it and had to sell it for $1,500 because it was still busted and I couldn't get it to run. And so took a loss on that one, and then saved up a little bit and went and bought an 01, because I'm broke. I can't afford car payments or nothing like that, so I got to save up and buy cash out. So I went and found a 2001 Dodge Dakota extended cab, the little Dodges, you know, and older body. Test drove it, everything. It run awesome, sounded good, didn't look bad, everything looked perfect. Didn't even make it home with that one. It's trying to lock up on me. Caliper's trying to lock up on me. Started smoking real bad, blowing oil every freaking where. And it wasn't blowing no oil when I test drove it, you know. It's just a mess. And so yeah, I got 2 pieces of junk that I gotta try to turn into something decent. Have a good day, Patricia. Thank you. And I don't know why this drilled out so wonky, not straight.
swab the pain away. Dust therapy delight in the shop late, working through the night. Every cut heals, every scrape mends. Woodcraft therapy, that's how life bends. Grumpy's pace, laid back vibes, whittling woes down, pain subsides.
Because this didn't turn out how I wanted it to turn out.
In the grain, I find my rhyme.
I would have been better trying to drill that bad boy on the lathe. That's what I'm gonna do.
Therapeutic rhythm, every single cut.
I'll separate it, and because I didn't drill it, but so far I'll separate it and try to do it on the daggone, on the snot. Try to do it on my drill press, see if I can't keep it straighter. Oh heck, it's blowing oil everywhere. That's the thing about it. I gotta get up in there and pressure wash everything. It's that daggum nasty. So yeah, and that's the bad thing about it is I don't know if I was blinded by the price and the vehicle or whatever whenever I saw it and was looking at it, because we knew we had to be careful because I done got burnt on the Colorado. And the Colorado, that would have been a fixable deal, but that was a flipping nightmare in itself. That had the, dang, y'all see that? That screw's coming loose. It has a that Colorado had that what is it? That 5-cylinder motor Chevrolet come up with, and the year of the Colorado I got, it was the first year of that 5-cylinder motor, and I didn't do my homework or nothing before I got into it, and it was the worst motor they've ever made. They had so many problems with it, so many bugs, and half the stuff for that motor they don't even produce in the factory no more. And because they went through 3 different years when they started that motor. The first year they redone it so much, the second year they redone it so much, and I guess the third year is what they got going now. And so the stuff for the first year, which was the motor I had, I couldn't get it. And when I bought it, they supposedly just need a timing job done on it because you could hear the chain rattling real bad on the front end. Drove fine, idled fine, whole 9 yards, and just rattly because they said, oh, the tensioners are bad. It just needs new timing tensioners and stuff and guides and it should be good. I thought that was something me and the son-in-law could do in the driveway. So when I saw the truck and saw it for the price it was at, I was like, oh man, we can buy this truck, fix it up, and then I can get it right for me and I'll be good to go. Well, when I got it, I got a book for it and I got to looking and say, well, that timing job's too intense. And I got the money, why don't I just take it to a good, reputable mechanic to work on it, you know? And dumb me, I figured, okay, the dealership, I ain't gonna get no more reputable. They got their certified mechanics up there, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, heck no. They took me for a flipping ride, you know, but it wasn't just them. People I got the truck from, you got a dual cam motor, so you got your exhaust cam and I guess the intake and outtake cams. Well, one of the gears on one of the camshafts, I guess it was the way the cam worked, adjusting or whatever, it wasn't working right. They took and welded the daggum gear to the base to where it didn't do its adjusting that it was supposed to do. And so it was all out of balance. There was so much slag on the back of it. And I didn't know that when I bought the truck was running, you know, but when the factory dealership, when they took it apart to fix it, they took it apart, put the timing and all back in there and went to crank it. They couldn't get it to time. They called me and said, we can't get your truck to run. I said, why not? It was running when I brought it to you. It just sounded like a daggum diesel because the chain was slapping on the front. It idled fine, everything. I drove it. I drove it more with that screwed up gear in there than I did with them fixing it, you know? And so I fussed with them about that and said, no, y'all got to fix something because it was idling fine when I brought it to you. You know, and then they got back into the motor and that's when they called me up there and sent me pictures of the gear being all welded up on the back. Well, like I said, the dealership didn't sell that gear no more. They were gonna try to get it fixed or get it made through a fabricator and they were gonna charge me out the butt for it, but anyway, long story short is they with the everything being messed up on that gear when they run it and everything, trying to time it and all that, I guess it wore out all the bearings and stuff in the head. And then once they put because I went to the junkyard and got a gear that wasn't jacked up, finally found one. It took me over 6 months to get it hunt down, but I finally got one. They put it together, and like I said, I went so far and the whole heads and all just went to crap. And being that motor had so much of a bad reputation, I didn't feel it would be responsible for me to put any more money into it, so I cut my losses. But yeah, I've just had shitty luck the past few years. I don't know. But now I gotta try to separate this off of here, y'all, so I can try to drill this on the press, because I wanted that and it ain't working how I wanted it to work. And in the Dodge, I haven't had anybody to set up and put a computer on it and tell me, is it worth trying to fix? You know, I've had people look at it, oh, well, my scanner's not the right scanner, I'll come back. And I've never had nobody come back. This is dull as dull can be. And as part of the paperwork, she's keeping the vehicle that we just got. And then that vehicle is not 100%. That's the thing about it. We bought that vehicle used, and it was the best one we could find for the money we had. And then it's like, okay, well, we need to do a few things to it. And we've done some of the work, just not all the work. You know, we got a intake manifold needs to be replaced on it. And we've ordered that and got it already. That was $800 because we had to get that from the factory. My son-in-law hasn't had time to put that on because Christmas started, showed up and everybody was so busy. So she's still driving it with a good vacuum leak on it. The transmission on the new one acts up a little bit. It needs to be, she needs to take it to the mechanic or the dealership and have it flushed and a new filter put in it to see if that's going to fix everything. If not, it needs to be serviced before it gets too bad. And then we ain't been able to get any of that dealt with, and then now here we are dealing with what we're dealing with now. All right, Michael, buddy, thank you for coming by. Have an awesome day. Love the family. Give them all hugs. What are you talking about on a 4.8 for the Dodge? See, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, the Dodge, if I could find somebody that could do the work here, and find a good motor, that's where I feel that I would probably be at a better bet is just putting a long block in it or something, or rebuilding. Yeah, I don't know. Getting a junkyard motor with a warranty or a long block and trying to rebuild. Back in the day, that's what I would have done was rebuilt the damn thing, because like I said, my buddy, I'm not the mechanic, but before my neck and my back, I was very mechanically inclined. It's you show me what to do, I dang sure get in there and do the best I could.
But I can't do all that no more. So that's what I'm limited now. Moving over to the bandsaw, y'all can't see that. I don't have a camera set for that station area yet. That was what I was trying to do too, was still slowly get the shop set up everywhere. And I've had to slow down and reprioritize because the dust collector went out on me, and then just everything being different. Now I'm just I don't want to keep pushing my luck trying to part that off and cut it too short or snag and break. So I'll cut it flush that way. Cause see, y'all look, that did not drill center at all. It's too close to this side. I do better on the daggum drill press trying to get it lined up. I'll sand it down and sand that nub down. See how dull that was? But I'll sand that nub down and then I'll drill in with a smaller drill bit and keep stepping up and try to keep myself as straight as I can. Oh, no. Yeah, the first truck was a Colorado PK. I got rid of that one, though. That's what I was saying. I done put so much money in it and then it was still busted that I didn't feel it sensible to try to put any more money into it. And I don't know anybody that does the customizing and swapping stuff like the gentleman that helped me do my hot rod back in the day. And that was a long time ago, and it's just we're two different worlds now. I don't associate and hang out with them much no more. I'm not enemies with them. I don't get in that circle no more. And I don't have the means. You know, he lived over here close at one time, had a big shop, you know, and we did all kind of work there. And he can do that kind of stuff. It's just at the same time too, that was a long time ago and he's getting older. So yeah, I just don't have that ability no more. All right, let's see. Let's get back at this again, y'all. Make another plug out of that and then we'll worry about trying to get them drilled straight. All right, buddy, go have you a good day. I'll catch up with you in one of your lives later on, I'm sure. Thank you for hanging out, though. I do appreciate it. And congratulations on that 1,000. That's awesome. You got to keep going, right? All right. Need to move my hose back over. That's one thing with the dust collection system I just got set up. I got it all 4-inch now, except for just that little bit, and that connects to my little piece right here, and it still connects to my bandsaw and all that, and it still has plenty of power. So that's awesome. Stop and sit down. I'm gonna try to shape up this little plug. Prop up on my chair, but that's not gonna
Therapy, the grind finds its peace. Red eyes coated, medicated, sweet release. Chronic fades, anxieties drift to abyss. Join the tribe like the biz, can't resist. Grumpy's got a groove with the Dremel in hand, carving up the world with the laid-back stand. Epoxy dreams flow like rivers in the sea, each one unique like a carved-out key. Like and subscribe to the art of the grind. Stress fades away as the pieces unwind. Cartridge covers glowing, a sight to behold. Grumpy's creations are worth more than gold. Shapes take form under steady hands, colors swirling like cosmic strands. Originals born from a mindful spring, every carbon a
Now I'm gonna be greedy. I got it how I need it here, but I want to bring it down and get as long as pieces I can right here. So I want to clean it off soon because I gotta have to cut that and sand it, and I want it to be as long as I can get it. I'm gonna try to work down and get the rest of this off without hitting the tip.
wood to epoxy, the magic appears. Stress-free zones chasing off fears. Laid back and happy, that's how it's done. Grumpy's world shines like the morning sun. Like and subscribe to the art of the grind. Stress fades away as the pieces unwind. Cartridge covers glowing, a sight to behold.
Yeah, I don't get shavings like that too often with wood. That's cool. Woo, it's close. I gotta stop. That's good, bro. I'm gonna get stupid and just gonna catch that freaking chuck and it's gonna slap me in the jaw. Man, I don't need that, do I? Okay. Hey, Robert, how you doing, buddy? This I gotta sharpen. It ain't doing much but burning this thing. I'm gonna be careful with that, but it's fine.
From roach clips to a lighter case, every piece a brand new space. Oh, Grumpy, carve it all, don't stop. Each creation makes the pain drop. Under UV, the colors ignite, glowing
And I got one plug made, but when I went to drill it, I don't know. My lathe just too wonky, too small. But it wasn't drilling center worth a flip, and that's gonna hurt my feelings because that's gonna affect me trying to do pins, I think. So I got to figure that out. Might just be because of the size bit that I used or something. I'm not sure.
every flick and every shine puts the weight.
That didn't work. That part of it, it has not worked out as I expected it to.
Epoxy flowing like dreams, he said. Oh, Grumpy, carve it all, don't stop. Each creation makes the pain drop. Under UV, the colors ignite, glowing bold through every night.
Yeah, well, it's hot. Dummy. Do it again. Yeah. Just grab it again. It ain't hot.
That was hot. Oh, here, let me take that off.
Grumpy shop is humming alive. Lathe spinning, carving dreams to thrive. Epoxy flows like rivers that gleam, turning roach clips into a smoky scene. Fingers stained with colors so wild, crafting
That one
wonders
I
with
might
a
not
twist
even
and
have
a
to wrap with no
smile.
paper or
Art
tape.
from the
I did that
soul,
one
it's a
nice and
labor
good.
of love.
It's tight.
Tools and
It
tools,
presses in and
sing
feels
songs
like
from
it almost
above.
seals just pressing in.
Rolled up tight tonight.
This one's a little bit looser. It'll straight fall out, so I'll have to wrap it with either a piece of tape or probably a piece of the saran wrap would be better. Let me cut that. I'm gonna cut this off right here and then sand it flat, and then I got to get it. I'll hold the daggone thing on the drill press and then come down with a tinier bit and try to line myself up in the center. Being this is rounded perfect, I'll put it on my little my center jig that I got, and I'll try to get me a little mark on there, and then I'll try to drill it that way. But yeah, I'll have to sand the bottom of this one, flip it, because that, like I said, y'all can see that did not start to drill straight. It's all off center. There you go. Goodness. All right. I need to do this all over again. So I need more than 2. And I might as well try to make a few out of this one. That way, if I don't drill it straight or whatever, I got a couple of pieces to try to work with.
Medication rolled up tight tonight. Gotta get through, gotta feel just right. Like and subscribe, let the world know. Epoxy dreams make the energy glow.
This ain't cut quite level. Make it a little awkward to mark. Let's go.
Grumpy carving under a neon sky. Shapes and colors where the resin flies. Lighter cases shining like a cosmic stream. Every edge is sharper than a midnight
I gotta
dream.
make me a mallet, yo.
Glowing in a
Don't
UV
have a
haze.
mallet.
Twisting time captured in epoxy
Got some
blaze.
good pecan to make
Anxiety
one
melts
with
like
though.
snow in the
Just
rain.
gotta do it.
Chronic pain fades just the same. Grumpy's carving.
We got
all
oak and
night
pecan
long.
everywhere around here, but I have some pecan that should be good and dry.
Sweet song. Magic in the resin where the feelings grow. Welcome to the place where the epoxy flows.
That'd be
Fingers
better.
steady as the
Mm,
hours
dry
roll by.
wood.
Every carve a spark in the starry sky. Unique like whispers from the devil's brew.
Too bad.
Grumpy ain't stopping till he's carved it all through. Every swirl has a story untold. A tender glow breaking the night's cold. Come find your light, let your spirit take flight. Each piece a glow stick for your eternal night. Grumpy's carving all night long. Each piece hums its own sweet song.
Oh, and your pins. I used to get into the lead sizes when I used to, back when I drew a lot more than what I try to do now. I like to do mazes and stuff like that. And so at one time I was using I didn't get super tiny, just the 0.5 millimeter lead, and then the 0.7. You know, I would have the two separates for different angles if I was trying to get those tighter lines. I gotta sit down a minute, yo. My back's killing me. Oh. Well, I got me a mess of shavings down here. That's the thing. Even with the good dust collector, I do have some overflow where it bops over, but it lands right here at my feet. It's not everywhere. So if I rebuild and get me come out with some plastic and come off of the lathe a little bit and get me a different connector right there, it'll catch better, and I probably won't have no mess at all then. I guess this did help me a little bit. I vented a little bit and then got busy a little bit, so that's helped.
Medication roll tight, rocket ship ignite, therapy in the grind, pain fuels the flight. Colors galore, drip drip.
Love it. Thank you. I got a couple of new songs made up I got to put on there. You'll like them too. I'm sure everybody's gonna like them. They're a little the couple of them's a little bouncier than usual, and I've changed them around. Most of my songs stick with the male voices, but I've changed it to where it'll do a combination of the male and female voices. And first few songs I made were good. I can't promise how dark the rest of these songs is going to start coming out for a few weeks, but hey, hopefully I don't put it in my music. But hey, it might come out in my music. Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in when I'm trying to make it.
Hiding in plain sight, epoxy roach clips, a beam of light. Colors galore.
Yeah, Robert, you're gonna be flipping doing badass with that wood burner once you start playing with those different tips and realizing the heats and the shading and everything like that. It's gonna be wild. The pieces that you're putting out already look good, you know, so and you're just now learning to mess with that machine. So once you learn how to fine tune that thing like you do with the Dremel carbon and whatnot, oh, it's, like I said, it's gonna open up a whole new world. There you go. My words is not wanting a word.
Grumpy's work healing in the design. Grumpy's work healing in the design. Colors galore, drip drip it pours. Roach clips shine, open cosmic doors. Aliens hide, but we're seeing the signs. Grumpy's work healing in the design. Grumpy's work healing in the design. Grumpy's work healing in the design.
I give myself a haircut today, but I ain't got much hair to cut. That's the thing about it. I got more hair on my face than I do on my head. I used to grow it out long. I had my hair all one length at one time. It was thin, but it was all one length long. It went down to about the center of my back. And when I was an old teenager, I had that damn old hillbilly mullet going on. Billy Ray Cyrus was my hero, you know, so we looked like cousins walking down the road. I could tilt my head backwards and tuck my hair into my belt line. That's how long my hair was at one time in the back, and it was just a mullet. And then cut all that mess off and kept it short and proper for a while. And then got tired of cutting it once a week to keep it short and proper, so that's when I let it grow out before it started to fall out. Waiting on the rain. Oh, it's raining over there. I know you said it was raining around Christmas time. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of what my goal is at the moment. It's with growing my beard back out again. Right now I got that Santa Claus look going, but I'm telling you, I ain't but a little old country boy over here. You know, that's all I am. Milton's a little old country town. You know, my grandparents, when I was little, they didn't have a farm, but they had a chunk of property kind of up towards the woods that had a quail farm on it. You know, and there was a horse, a pony, some goats, daggone big old mean ass turkey. I remember the old turkey, he was mean. But mainly up there for the quail farm. My grandpa had a big old barn, and it was just wall to wall cages, you know, as tall as you could reach, and just enough room to walk between rows, and it was full of quail. You know, you went from the eggs to incubating. It was a full-on processing play. I mean, we processed them out whole 9 yards. So that's, I guess, that. And then my dad, my stepdad, he's my dad, he raised me. Sperm donor was sorry, but he was Cajun, you know, and he liked to hunt and everything. So that's where the more of the country boy comes into play, with some of his influence and everything. But yeah, I'm just the old country boy.
Just float, drifting day by day. Aliens tailing, lights glow. We roll, no map, no plan, just the black holes pull. Epoxy dreams and a roach clips hold. Grumpy's world.
I grew up poor, but ate the heck out of quail. I didn't realize how much of a delicacy, you know, you go and try to buy quail now, it's not cheap. You can get them in some stores. I squirrel too. What was I talking about before? I don't remember. I'm sitting here rolling up some squirrel feed right now. Oh goodness. This week, a little bit of rain here. It's friggin' hot again here. It's 76 in my shop now. Quail's good. I love it. Work on this. Who's doing the spoon challenge, Suzanne? I saw Amy Jo do her video, and she was asking who to tag in it if we get one done. Because I can do one of those on my lathe and participate in that one. I know Electric Whittler was doing spoons, and then Mr. Roy was doing some of those Celtic spoons. Yeah. You get the good quail around here. 2 of them is not a meal if you want to chow down, but it can satisfy you if you add the courses to go with it. I like them in the crock pot. I like doing the quail in the crock pot. Johnny, you can do you a spoon on your lathe, sir. I know you could. Let me show you I've only done one. And this was a challenge that Jordy Johnson had a while back. He wanted a Christmas spoon. And so I took a piece of pecan I had, and here you go. It's got wormholes in it and all. It was an old rotted piece, but it was all dry. But I spun it all on the lathe and kept this part round and everything. And once I got it the shape I wanted like that on the lathe, I just went to my bandsaw and I just, turned it right here on the edge and cut a little bit off with my bandsaw, and then used my Dremel to spoon it out. Use my bits and my Dremel to kind of hollow it down. But yeah, I can't use this for the challenge because I said this was last year. This is one of Jordy's challenges I did last year. But that's all I did. But like I said, I spun it and got the kind of shape I wanted for my spoon to be, and then left it all around and just cut it, top of the spindle right there, level with your with the shaft of the spoon or whatever you call it. No, I'm in my clothes. I'm in my clothes. That's one thing I got accused of. I'll be nice. You know, we're separating, you know, and we've been in different bedrooms for a minute anyway before the separation. Shit's going off just because she says she can't get comfortable in the bed I got a sleep number bed because of my back. And it's split. It's like two single beds butted up to each other. So both of them will recline up and down and move like hospital beds and all that shit. But it's like a king size bed. But it's like, I guess, two singles next to one another. Well, she's got hip issues and can't get the right pressure on that small bed. So she needs to get on a bigger bed, or she was sleeping on the floor. I said, quit sleeping on the floor, you know, go get in the bigger bed. And so that separated our rooms right there. And that's been a couple of months now. But she's staying here to help pay for everything until shit's final. And I didn't squirrel. There's a point to this. But I was taking a shower the other night, and she was in the living room, you know, and I went from the bedroom to the shower, from the shower to the bedroom. And I guess she thought I was in my birthday suit walking from the bathroom to the bedroom, trying to, I guess, entice her or something, or make her want to stay or something. And I was like, no ma'am, I had my underwear on. I was just wearing light colored underwear, and it's dark and I'm pasty as it is, so it kind of looked like a birthday suit going on. And I was like, no, she was getting uncomfortable, and I didn't want her to leave, you know, because Lord forbid I was not trying to do that. When I talk about birthday suit, that's where I squirreled off to that. That made me think of that. Crock pots are good, but it's the bad thing about it. I have an issue. I think I've said it before, when I can't eat edibles or process edibles as well as I would like, because my body don't process grease and fats, and so damn near everything you cook in a crock pot's heavy, you know. So it's got grease in it or fat in it. It's like, it's my gut's so sensitive. Just straight up cream of chicken, you know, you look at the little bit of oil on top of the cream of chicken. When I eat too much greasy stuff, when I get sick, that's what it looks like. It looks like oil blobs all over the place. And so I can't do the greasy foods. I have to eat real, I call it light food. I have to go, I mean, even like nuts, pecans, walnuts, almonds, all that stuff. I love all that, but if I eat too much of that, there's too much fat and stuff in those nuts, and I can't process it. I'll puke. You know, and especially right now, yeah, I get so emotional, it gets even worse. But yeah, I could go eat a Whataburger Jr. and a medium French fry, and if I try to eat that whole medium French fry, I'll be puking at the end of the night because of all the grease. I can't do fried chicken, canola oil, the healthy oils and stuff like that. None of it matters. I'll still puke off of it. That's one thing your doctor said, oh, you got a slow stomach, and try to give me a pill for it, and then have to give me a pill because the side effects of that pill and that pill. And that's I'm not trying to be that daggum walking pharmacy no more. That's what turned me into grumpy back in the day. Epoxy dreams, where the magic lies. Oh, snot, y'all. I gotta get back to spinning this stuff. If I sit too long, I ain't be able to do shit either. With the neon spark, trying to get my plugs made so I can get back to making my blanks. Each one surrenders its hidden flare. A secret glow, humming soft in the air, where the epoxy flows and the pain subsides. Carving till dawn where the spirit glides. Anxiety melts in the UV light. Grumpy keeps carving all through the night. Unique creation. I just wish this was all a big freaking nightmare.
I want my wife to stay safe.
under unseen skies.
So I'm gonna do
Whispers come.
I even said I would do an open marriage if that was the case. And I'm a jealous, insecure fool. But I just want my wife to stay there. She says there's nobody else in the picture. She's just unhappy with my
It's
principles.
not just art, it's Grumpy's fire.
I don't know.
Taming pain with his glowing light. Epoxy alive in the endless flow.
I am hitting my foot pedal trying to turn off the dust collector like I used to. It's not
Never
off.
outgrow where the epoxy flows and the pain subsides, carving till dawn where the spirit glides. Anxiety melts in the UV light. Grumpy keeps carving all through the night.
That's one thing that she's being cool with. That's what I was doing when you called, or when you was unloading and your phone went off on me the other day. That's what I was doing, was cooking dinner for myself. Well, it's cooking dinner for everybody. As I said, she's still staying here, and you know, that's one thing is I took everything for granted. Was you know, I didn't do a bunch of the cooking. You know, I would do crock pot meals and stuff when it was, you know, chilly night, stuff like that. And there was, you know, different, the pot roast, you know, I love making a pot roast, but again, a pot roast is too heavy for me. You know, I have to be very careful and eat just a little bit of it, or I'll be getting sick, you know. It's just the fats and everything that's in there. It whoops my butt. And I don't know if it's my gallbladder or what, because I don't have any gallbladder pains or no gallbladder attacks or anything like that. When I'm having my issues, it's just like some massive acid reflux or something. It's like I can feel it coming up. It's not going through my belly. You know, it's wanting to go back up the throat regardless, you know, and then there's more stress I'm under, the less grease that I can take. You know, if I can go easy and eat just a little bit here and there and give my body time to process it, it'll come on through. But other than that, it's coming back out.
Glowing blue creations take us higher and higher.
Hey Josh, I'm still battling. My plug's working but not working. I tried to drill it on the lathe and it didn't want to drill straight. And that scares me because I want to start doing pins. I just got my pin kits in too. I just got to make some more blanks. Where's it at? Open it up. I got 20 of these slimline pin kits now to make real pins with, you know, and I got the mandrel and whatnot on the lathe and some of the bushings and all for them. And it's just, I got to do my part at trying to make them now. And not being able to drill straight, I still got enough play in there, but maybe it's just because of the bit I was using, I don't know. But I got, what is it, 20, 10, 20? How many came in here? 10, I think it's 10, because it's 3 different colors. So, or 4 different colors, I don't remember. There's a gold, a gunmetal, a silver, and I think there's like 2 or 3 of each one or something else. I have to look it back up. I'm trying to straighten up my little box right here, y'all. I haven't really been doing much out here. Where did the piece of wood go? Playlist stopped.
These epoxy, these roach clips tight. Aliens land instant height, no fright.
I say these chicken bones in that one.
Sky high flight.
That's what I used to always say. I start choking real hard with a daggum joint. I laugh and say it's got a chicken bone. Yeah, that's what I miss. It's some damn fried chicken. That is my flipping favorite. My best friend's mom, when I was growing up, his mom and dad were managers at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And so it was like, that's what they did. They brought home chicken for dinner almost every night. And oh, I love some flipping cold ass chicken. Wake up in the morning, grab some chicken out the refrigerator, nice and cold. Oh, that is like my most favorite thing. I can't do it. Cannot eat it like that no more. The wife's got a, hey MJ, or MG, I'm sorry. My wife has a recipe that she done in the air fryer. She takes the boneless chicken breasts and she'll cut them up, and then she breads them somehow. She's gonna have to write that one down for me too. But she breads them with some bread, batters them up, breads them with some breadcrumbs, and then air fries them in the air fryer. That's been the closest thing I've had to fried chicken since my stomach started doing what it does. Because I can't eat that. I can't eat barbecue, pulled pork. Any damn thing that tastes flipping good is gonna have fat and crap in it, and so I can't eat it. It sucks. Cause that's just it. That's where all your flipping flavors at. Cause I'm telling you, that's just it. I love food. I think that's God's way of helping me, because my back is flipped up, right? And so the heavier I get, the more it pushes on, because it's my back's messed up dead at my butt. You know, it's like the core of my back's fried. You know, and so the heavier I get, the more pressure I put on my bad spots in my back. You know, and I love food. And it's like right now, you know, when I do have an appetite, I want to eat like crazy. And it's like I want to eat my emotions, but I can't. And so I guess that's probably why I can't do grease. That's just the good Lord's way of keeping me from getting fat. Because I would daggone be a huge guy. I got up to almost 230. And then it's like, I got to slow down. I got to back off. And so I'm down to almost 200. But then the emotions the past month or so has kind of helped, because I haven't been eating as much. I know it. That's why I'm crazy. Is that cold chicken. Look, yeah, that's it. Look what happened. That's where Ray come from. And sadly, I can't blame my hot-headedness on nobody, because it was my dumbass that was hot-headed. But my best friend, you know, we don't talk no more today. We went our separate ways when we were younger, because he was extremely hot-headed and violent. You know, he would have outbursts and fight with his brothers, his sisters, just anybody around. And I had to get away from that, because my mentality was slowly heading that direction, and I couldn't be like that. And so we went our separate ways.
Quickly spun the wood till it morphed out of shape. Lathe humming, hands moving, crafting fate. Epoxy drips, binds bugs in a sculptor's twist. Zen found in the fog, some aliens miss.
But we were the martial art buddies, you know. We'd sit there and watch Bloodsport and sit there and we were both in Taekwondo and we loved to fight. So we'd sit there and be kicking each other in the yard, sparring, training, you know, kicking each other in the legs. And then we had trees that we wrapped blankets around and would kick them. You'd feel my shin bones. My shin bones is a mess. But yeah, we were stupid. But he was my buddy. There's some memories right there. I won't forget none of that part of my life. I care for him. I ought to look him up, see how he's doing. I haven't spoken to him in flipping years. Like I said, we just went our separate ways. Yes, I love, what is it, what do you call them? You don't call them ponchos, but they're like ponchos, aren't they? Your jackets that you make. Everybody in here's got some cool channels. Everybody needs to check everybody out and connect if they like what they see. That's what I like about this community. It's so diverse with creators and everything. Whether it's woodworking, resin, just all of it.
Roach clips, shiny dope soldiers of cope. Out of the haze came purpose and hope. Aliens nodding props to the craft, no hate. Epoxy vibes outlasted the hands of fate. Grumpy, spun the
Oh
wood
yeah,
till
we'll
it morphed
talk.
out of
I'm not
shape.
saying we won't
Lathe
talk.
humming hands moving
We can
craft and
definitely
clay.
talk about recipes because I'll
Epoxy
need some kind of
sculptors twist,
inspiration
sand found
because
in the
it's
fog
just,
zone.
I'll be
Aliens
good when I
made
get
frost
myself in a
bloodshot
routine.
medicated
That's one
souls.
thing with my own squirrely head. I get into, if I get my groove and get my routine and stick with it for a little bit, it's like I function so much better that way. And so it's like I'll almost do that with food. I'll lay out a menu and roll through that menu over and over and over because it'll become routine. But then eventually I'll get to where I don't want to eat because I just get overeating the same thing, and then I stop eating for a little while, and then I'll work myself into a different eating routine. I've always been like that. But right now, I'm doing my best to make myself eat. First couple of days I made dirty rice and I ate off of that 4 days, and I only ate like a half a bowl each time I nibbled at it because I just had no appetite. And she come home and, like I said, she's helping me out. She's making me lists and showing me how she was cooking what we would normally eat. And so that's the cool thing about it, is she's being so damn cool and trying to be so helpful. It's just hard because I want to be mad and angry right now because I'm so damn hurt, but it's like flip, she's making it even harder. Oh fuck, get it together.
Roach clips, shiny dope soldiers of cope. Out of the haze came purpose and hope. Aliens nodding props to the craft, no hate.
Oh, this is a
Epoxy
smaller
vibes
center
outlasted the
line,
hands of fate.
center finder that I made. And it's just a piece of wood, and I cut perfect 45 on it, right? And then glue them together edge to edge. And then there's a little bit of a recess on the top so the metal can lay on it and be kind of flush. And you just throw your piece on there, hold it down flat, push it up against your metal.
Soldiers of cope. Out of the haze came purpose and hope. Aliens not
And mark
props
your
to the
center
craft,
line.
no hate. Epoxy vibes outlasted the hand.
And I'll mark it up and down, and then I'll spin it all the way around, mark it up and down again in case it's off a little bit. It'll leave 2 lines, and you just go from that center. And I'll spin it right here again. Oop, broke my dang lid.
Turning junk into gems like we just don't.
And then I'll rotate it all the way back around, parallel with it again. Because you can see on this one, it's going to give me a different line because of just the way it's lining up in there.
Craft and cannabis, our escape from the grief. Turn the world into grooves.
See how I got 2 lines? I don't know if y'all can see that clear on the camera, but I got 2 lines right here. And I'll just take my piece and get in the center of those 2 lines and then cross up to that line, and then that'll be my center point. And then I'll try to drill that straight for my insert on the drill press. And then I'll do it to this one. Let's see, this is the one I tried to do it. I thought it was gonna drill center on the lathe. You know, I don't know. I didn't try a small hole first. I went straight with the bigger bit. So maybe if I would have went in steps, it might have stayed center. But it's just wonky and it didn't want to stay center. Oh yeah, crock pot meals I'm good. It's just I have to find the ones that are just super low fat. You know, like I said, a pot roast, I get a lean pot roast and cook that, and that the juices and all off of that will get to me. And all I do with that is just get your cheap pot roast spices out of the store, put 1 pack of that, a little bit of water to cover in there, and I'll throw a bunch of potatoes and carrots, and I'll put bell pepper and onion and stuff, and just let that slow cook all day. And I make rice, and put it over rice. And a lot of people will take that juice and all and use that as a gravy over the rice and whatnot whenever they make it. I can't do that. I have to take a good slotted spoon, and yes, the air fryer, yes, but I got to take a good slotted spoon and pour, squeeze and make sure I can drain as much juice off of it as I can. And then, like I said, I have to be careful on how much meat I eat. If I eat too much of the meat, then it'll get to me. But I love pot roast and stuff like that. Like I said, all the food that's flipping good for you. Like I said, I love it. I think that's it's like I said, everything happens for a reason. And I look at my food issue is I would be a big boy right now. I already call myself a big boy, but I'd be a real big boy right now if I could eat normal. Because like I said, I love to eat my emotions. But I can't. But that's what most of the cooking I've done around here was stuff in the crock pot. I could throw a chili together in a crock pot and let it slow cook all day, and that's not a hard prep. Now that's my main thing, is being up on my feet, getting everything prepped. It's when I know what I'm doing and I got me a routine to it. Again, there's that word, that routine. I'm better at it.
Crafted cures where the resin drips, epoxy roach clips, fingertips equipped.
Oh, you out of here, Mr. Johnny? Have a good day. Stay safe.
Chronic pain fades. It's a real slick trick.
But that's just it. Once I get I think I'll be okay with what she's doing for me. Because like I said, she did we do stuffed bell peppers, and that's not a hard meal to do. It's just I've never put it together myself, so it's just I was trying to do too much at one time and wasn't prepared, so I was getting overwhelmed and messed up a couple of steps, but it still came out good at the end. With the bell pepper thing we just brown a little hamburger meat, and this was an easy recipe. A little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic salt, Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of onion mixed up in with it, and then a can of tomato sauce mixed up in with it. Basic, nothing crazy at all. And I jumped the gun and I put all the tomato sauce in the mix at first instead of saving some to pour over the peppers once you stuff them. But I did that. It turned out good. I jumped the gun and messed up a few steps. But for the first time, it wasn't bad. And that's the thing, like I said, she's being super cool. Showing me how, because like I said, I took stuff for granted. I didn't do the cooking because I can't stay up for so long, so it's like she would do all the cooking and stuff like that. So she showed me, first night she come home, she showed me how she does the homemade crunch wraps in the air fryer, and they're flipping to die for. And I used grilled chicken for those, and that's something I can eat. It's not that heavy on me. I go easy on the cheese because too much cheese will even get to me. But like I said, she's being super cool.
Crafted cures where the resin drips, epoxy roach clips, fingertips equipped, medicated therapy, glow flows thick, chronic pain fades. It's a real slick trick. Aliens in the smoke, shadows in the air, floating.
I just wish I had a time machine. I'd go back in time and fix it.
Grumpy's laid back, carving soften for the soul, shaping cloudy dreams, watch the colors roll. Hand steady, mind free, this joint's patrol. Roach lips bonded, stories to unfold. Therapy's the wood grain, the blades our guide. Healing in creation, it's where we reside. Pain dressed in smoke, where aliens hide. Through the haze we thrive, let fears subside. Medication
Gonna be a
rolls
bunch
tighter
of
than
quiet
the bass
nights,
drum.
I guess.
Creativity sparks where the darkness comes. Shadows in
I
the
haven't
flicker,
missed.
pieces
I haven't done too much black beans. I used to eat a lot of beans growing up. But again, I have to be careful. The beans, you know, they're kind of like a peanut, you know, just a softer peanut. There's a lot of oil in beans alone. It's the protein. That's the better way for me to describe it. It's the protein, because proteins is the fats. You know, that's what everything's broke down in and stores in and carries through, and that's what your body's supposed to let everything bind to metabolize and shit, and mine just doesn't metabolize the fats no more. But I'm down to try anything to see if it'll work and if I can hold it down. That's one thing. I was one of them kids. I was grown up, made to eat what was in front of me, whether I was gagging or not. You know, it wasn't no go to bed hungry. You eating it whether you want to or not. There's kids that can't eat, you know. So I was picky, but like I said, I'll try anything once or twice.
Dremel spins, it's time to play. Epoxy shines in the light of day. Carving covers that gleam so tight. Aliens watching from the edge of sight. Aliens in the workshop messing around. Grumpy's carving skills are world renowned. Stress gets carved with every groove. Like and subscribe, watch the mood improve. Epoxy shimmers as the dust flies high. Shapes take form under a steady
Shit,
eye.
I won't know how to cook. I wouldn't live off that air fryer. I joke and say it's not a tumor anyway, because I'm a biological. And I call him the sperm donor. I never had much to do with him, and when I did, he didn't do nothing but be a bad influence on me and cause me grief with my life. But he died of a daggone brain tumor. Alrighty, W. Josh, you have a good night. Thank you for coming through, buddy. I appreciate it. But he had a brain tumor and I think lung cancer. That was his demise. And so I always get bad headaches sometimes, and it always scares me.
Aliens in the workshop messing around. Grumpy's carving skills are world renowned. Stress gets carved.
Yeah, like I said, I love food. I love the flavors of everything. I like spicy food, Cajun food, any kind of Southern cooking. Yeah, you name Southern cooking, collard greens. But the only thing with Southern food I don't care for, but I might now, but it's been a long time since I've had it, was squash. Squash, I never really got into squash, and okra. I could not stand okra. The only way I could eat okra growing up was fried to a crisp, and then I can't eat fried stuff, so that just takes that off the table. But okra, that's some slimy, nasty stuff. I can't, it's the texture. It's not really the flavor, it's the texture that I can't get past with that okra. But any other kind of food, Southern food, oh my goodness. And then, like I said, I'm down to try anything. It's just most good food is just full of the fat. That's why I can't eat it. I'm gonna try to drill these out. Oh. I said fried okra. I can't see chat right now, but fried okra, I would eat that. back when I was younger and could do the fried foods. Because see, that's what messed with me, I think, is just all the fast food oils and stuff I ate. Because whenever I was working, when I first, when I was a kid, that ain't in there, I can't use that. Whenever I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing here, y'all, my bad. When I first started working, when my daughter was born, or my wife was pregnant, however you look at it, I was going to school half a day, working half a day, you know, so I would leave school, haul butt to work, and pick up something to eat on the way, and take my lunch break in the parking lot before I clocked in, and I would scarf down French fries or something, you know, that was my thing. And then at that time, McDonald's had pretty much just kicked off with that Monopoly crap, you know. So, ooh, I got to get all these game pieces so I can win $1 million. They got a kid coming, blah, blah, blah. You know, so I would buy, you know, just nothing but French fries and a soda to get all the game pieces. You know, I'd have 3 large fries or 3 supersized fries and a large soda, and that would be my lunch. And I did that every day. So, I mean, I guess poisoned my body to get it to shut down on me to not like grease. You know, that's about the only thing I could think. I need my glasses so I can build it straight. But yeah, that was just that, you know, and just ate bad, you know, didn't eat 100% healthy, and then just all the fast food, chicken and everything, because goodness gracious, that's all we ate. Because I stayed at my buddy's house because his parents didn't give us that what's the word, we could get away with damn near anything we wanted to get away with at his house. You know, his mom and dad, they were good, but they stayed occupied in work and in their books. So they would come home and go to reading their books, and we would just say, hey, Mom, Dad, we're gonna go do this, and they'd say, and they didn't even pay attention. We just got that and we took off. But yeah, just a lot of fast food there. And everywhere. But I do miss it. I said I had some good memories. That was part of my life. I guess that's what helped make me I started with a real tiny bit. I'll show y'all on the camera. I'm gonna get set up where I got cameras over there on all my spots eventually. Did little hole as center as I could on there. I'm gonna step it up to another little bit bigger, maybe that one, and then I'll step up to the biggest bit that I need, and hopefully I'll stay as center as I can stay. Better than what the Lathe did. The Lathe did not do me center, and like I said, that disappointed me. And I got to do what I can do, and I'm gonna have, that's another thing is, she's gone right now. They're just getting away. We've been talking about everything, about the disability paperwork she was helping me go over. So she just overwhelmed her dad. So she took a break and left. I think she's going to yeah. So I'm not sure what time the grandbaby is supposed to have it. This is crepe myrtle that I'm using to make these plugs with too, and it is I didn't realize how hard crepe myrtle actually was. I didn't figure it to be a hardwood as fast, not straight, but flip. I didn't figure it to be a hardwood as fast as it grows, but it dries out pretty solid and dense.
Dust flies, wood grind, Dremel twisting. In Grumpy's den, I carve my vision. Spirits in the timber, whispers so clear. Lathe spins, I'm grinning, no fear. Chisel songs, wood grain sing. Shapes emerge, magical thing. Curls of oak, pine shavings fall. Therapy and sawdust, hear the wood call. Sawdust clouds, stress away. Every stroke,
One more.
grumpy smile. Laid back
One more step up. Where's that bit?
spirits heal my heart.
This is the last step up. And the only reason I got this drill press, we bought it back for some of her crafts. Try to help make some cross stitch blanks for her, but we just couldn't get it to work out the way we were trying. We need more of a laser burner for that. Got to get some damn accurate.
Lay spins tail, old and wide. Wooden spirit, soulful eye. Dusty breeze, calm release. Creation's peace never cease. Sawdust clouds, stress away. Every stroke, night to day. Grumpy
And I cannot wait to have the grandbabies. I've got some grandbabies, they've been out of town. And I always worry real bad. When my daughter and my son-in-law first moved, they got married right out of high school. And he was in the Navy, so they had to go to Goose Creek, South Carolina, is where he did basic training and all. And oh, that's hot. And let's see. They graduated school and got married. I think it was that December, and then he went into boot camp, whatnot, and he was gone. And then when he graduated boot camp and was done with boot camp, but was still going to school and everything because he was nuclear mechanic. So he was doing the nuke training and everything. And so once he finished boot camp and was in his living quarters doing that, she was ready to go live with him. So I had to drive her up there. Oh yeah, them driving. Well, I took her up there and moved most of her stuff up there, off the rip. And they had also stuck on there. They had I'm sorry y'all, I'm struggling with this piece right now, so I lost concentration. Basically, I had to move her up to South Carolina. They had an older truck that was his grandpa's old Ford pickup truck. Kind of like, probably a little bit older than yours, old Bath, if you're still in here. But, old truck. And anyway, going up there, she fell asleep. Woke up, snatched the wheel real hard because they were heading off the road, and she lost control. Truck slid around, they went sliding off the road, went through an area of thin pine trees, thank God. So that's about the only thing that saved their life. But yeah, so I get scared when she drives. And so we're going to be going for the weekend. She drives like a damn bat out of hell, and that scares me in itself.
So yeah, I'm just glad they're home. But thank God they didn't get hurt. State trooper told them if they would have gotten that wreck 100 foot sooner or 100 foot later, that they would have hit big trees and probably wouldn't have walked away from them.
Epoxy river running lighter
She
cases on
drives
the
out
crease.
this
Roach clips in the glow, Grumpy's work
Lathe.
unique. Carbon late nights, therapy on repeat. Alien vibes hit wild, art'll never retreat. Grumpy's bad shit.
I think the only way I'm gonna get center plugs on this stuff is getting some of that HDPE plastic and making them that way. Or some old stuff, cause yeah, that was daggone crooked too. There's the other one I just did. This one don't seem to be as off, but this one is still definitely off. It was off on both sides. The one I did part of it on the lathe and then did that on the press just now. And there's more meat on this side than this side, so I'm not centered there. This one looks pretty close to almost being centered. It's not bad. Now I still need to spin that other piece down on the lathe and try to make another one or two more. Make two more and try to re-drill another one if I can get it straighter than that. If I don't get straighter than that, I can use that, but I would love for it to be flipping dead center. That's what I'm trying to achieve. It's just not working. We're gonna get there though. Hey, I'm just now looking at chat. Robert, if you're still in here, have a good day, buddy. I'll get up with you in a little while, maybe. Said we're gonna be busy tonight. I'm gonna have the grandkids here, and I'll probably take them some more cooking lessons. Depends on if they're doing pizza or not. If they do pizza, I eat a salad.
Aliens just nodded, man, it's mad appeal. Grumpy's bad shit crazy, meds in a haze, roll type medication.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, do I keep going? Might as well, right? I gotta do it. There ain't nothing to do but sit here and have a pity party, and that ain't gonna get me nothing done. She's been cleaning on her new place, so she's in there taking a shower. Pretty sure of that. I need to vacuum up my drill mess. That's what I gotta do, is find an attachment set up on the drill press for shavings. And I gotta put a dust collector funnel underneath it or something to hook to. Excuse me. I got a tiny bandsaw. It's a little bitty Ryobi bandsaw. It's not big, but it's got a little 2.5-inch port on the back of it to hook the dust collector to. It comes it comes out the box like that. Said the drill press though, there's no attachment for that. Trying to vacuum this mess up real quick. I'll set it back up on the lathe. That's why I like OBS. It's got my music playing and I can just push a button and jump to my other camera instead of popping it out of the mouth and making it seasick. Because I'm bad about that. And they can bounce all over the place. We'll try to drill it out on the
on the link and then see if I can get it to get out. So I said I went straight with the large bit last time, and maybe I need to be using a smaller bits first. All right, let's see this crate motor. I'm gonna turn the cannon right on this end so I can put it back in the truck. And I'm gonna do what I did earlier, is run it down about the size of my plug. See what we can get. I gotta see how much time I got too. I don't know when to get it. I'll have to shut down for sure. Gotta have it like that dovetail shape, they call it. Gotta square up and see what it. Try to get in that power conservation mode too. I don't need to be wasting power, so I don't need to let that stuff just blindly run.
It's like casting spells. With every turn and twist, find a bit of peace. Every piece of timber makes the silence cease. Candles flicker gently, shadows dance around. From these whirlwinds in the quiet found.
Come on, handwork. Flip. That didn't work. I'm gonna whop my knuckles right there on that daggone tool rest. Y'all see that? Go ahead, you can laugh. It's okay. Not that hurt. I wish the neuropathy was working then, right?
Chronic pain, it starts to fade. Healing in these grooves we've made.
Come on.
Roach clips shining, made with care. Each one glowing, nestled there. Community, we stand as
Gotta move
one.
my phone back over here so I can see comments.
Carve away the heavy night. Medication rolled up tight. Find the rhythm, let it show. Creating sparks that brightly glow.
So I was cutting my pipe with my bandsaw. It's got a thin blade on it so it don't track too straight. Cut my cut those blanks or those molds or the pipe or whatever with the bandsaw. It cut crooked and stuff using that pipe cutter. Wrap it on there, it scored it and cut them nice and square each cut.
Smoothing edges keeps me sane. Healing isn't found in gold, but in the art my hands can hold. Carve away the heavy night.
Now we go.
Find the rhythm, let it show, creating sparks that brightly glow.
Square that up so we're gonna do this back out of the way first. Is that running good?
Grumpy's hands, they shape the flow. Knives kiss wood and time moves slow. Chronic pain, it starts to fade. Healing in these grooves we've
Clear as I
made.
can. I think I got it too long, so it's not kissing the edge, or I have it too much of a taper on this side instead of being straight down. It might be at an angle because it's not wanting to sit flush up against it on this outside. But it looks like it's running true.
Community, we stand as one.
Just gotta get
Underneath the
that.
carving sun.
I just went to the doctor yesterday. Last time, that's why I haven't made blanks. The last time I made blanks using this pipe, I didn't have true mold release, and I didn't have a real clean pipe to start with. And so when I went to knock the blank out of the pipe, I had to really hammer on it with another dowel going into it against the blank and just hold the pipe as tight as I could and hammer as hard as I could with my hand. And so I guess all that impacting on here flared up the tendonitis in my hand, because I couldn't hardly do. I'd try to open a bottle of water and get a sharp pain and drop the cap and stuff like that. And by the time I got to the doctor, because they had to get the referral and crap like that with my insurance and set me an appointment, it wasn't hurting as bad anymore. But I kept the appointment and went, and they did an x-ray. Said the arthritis wasn't bad. I figured my wrist was jacked up from all the skateboarding wreck, fall downs and stuff, and me catching myself. But he said that part looked pretty clean. That the worst of it was just tendonitis is what he called it. He said he didn't even want to throw a knife to me, wouldn't even call it corporate trauma. I don't want you to cut me, because I'm damn sure not looking for pills. And laugh, because I have to tell all the doctors, my back and my neck issue, they think I'm hunting painkillers or something. I got the real thing. I don't take those. I'm not used to looking on. I'm not used to running the same place. I'm normally doing spindle. Because I get too nervous when you get that nasty kid. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm getting little snags now when I'm pulling leg a little bit. But I gotta flip a death because I'm just gonna get it. I'm sorry, bro. That's all kind of needed. I like that was really for my pretty. So I do when I invest in the words and learn. Don't be a good thing. I really wish it. I'll be fine.
Dust is dancing under workshop lights.
I'm almost straight. I got a little lip right here. Y'all can't see too good. I don't think we get it straight down into a not quite square. You can see it when you get started. Right there. Almost there. I just don't want to push too hard. But you cop out and choke. Like I said, I'm not used to doing a little bite.
Grumpy on the lathe, making sparks ignite. Cedar dust clouds, moon gives the only light. Therapy in the brain, handshake is just right. Medication rolled out as a fist for the fight. Stress face drifting in the cedar mist. Chronic pain ain't got nothing on this twist. Lighter in hand, flames kissing the night. Cedar roach clips, we're taking back alright.
Oh, that's good. What is that? Oh, that's a gold.
Shavings on the floor, they dance to the spin. Each clip a remedy where the healing begins. Grumpy on the note, his rhythm a groove. Lay singing songs and knows how to soothe. Stress face drifting in the cedar mist. Chronic pain ain't got nothing on this twist. Lighter in hand, flames kissing the night. Cedar roach clips, we're taking back alright. Wood grain stories ancient as a tree. Smoke whispers tales carried on the breeze. Every carve, every cut, a piece of the soul. Grumpy's craft turns broken into whole. Night stretches long, stars wink through the haze. Cedars embrace, turning dark into days. Healing in the hands, therapy in the air. Lay spins eternal, cause Grumpy truly care.
Come back out here and get her for privacy. Shower. I'll find out when she gets out of the shower. She's gonna come get me. Back's hurting like crazy too. So that's what I want to try to get set up too. Is I wanted my lathe lowered to where I could possibly try to sit down and do it, or get me a tall bar stool that's got the pneumatic shock in there, like your office chair, to where it's more adjustable. That way I can get that back support. I want to be able to finish up my man cave. Mine's in my garage here at the house, and I started with it's a one-car garage. The main garage door still opens and closes. It's one of those not roll-up round doors, but it's not the big solid square door. It's got the panels to where it bends as it's rolling up, but it rolls up and looks like a flat door against the ceiling. It's not like your storage building doors where it rolls up in a tight roll. But I got paneling in that's thin. It ain't but like maybe an inch thick for wannabe insulation. And then I started framing it in as a separate room out here, separating the garage, having like an actual separate space with a door, and then having like a laundry space. And the door from the house opens up and walks into the laundry space, and then you'd have to open a door to walk into here. Well, I got the walls framed, the actual base plate on the concrete, the 2x4 studs, and then the double top plate connecting to the trusses. I cut out the sheetrock and got it. I didn't wedge it against the sheetrock in the ceiling. I actually cut a groove out in the sheetrock into the trusses to expose the trusses and put my top plate up against my trusses and everything. I said I used to frame houses when I was younger, you know, so I took that ability and started to frame up out here, but I never finished it. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I'm gonna mute this. Wow. My daughter don't want to let the kids come over tonight. We've not told the grandkids. They're too young. We're not going to tell them right now. You know, we got to get stuff situated first. You know, it's just, we're going to try to act like everything was normal. You know, and now my daughter, she's just upset too. She's been out of town and now she's in town. So it's actually, I guess, hitting her harder because she actually has to deal with what's going on. I sure wanted to see my grandson. I got a special relationship with my grandson. My granddaughter is that's my first grandbaby, so she's Grumpy's baby girl, and my daughter was a daddy's girl, you know. So we always had that tight bond. And then I'm being disabled, so when my granddaughter was, or when my daughter was pregnant, you know, with my granddaughter, right before her delivery, it was about a couple of weeks before her delivery, it was summertime here, so me, the wife, and the son, wife took vacation for 2 weeks. We went up to South Carolina. We were there about a week before she was born, and then my wife got to stay for about a week or so after she was born, and then we drove home. Well, as soon as we made that drive home, me and my son flew right back up there for the whole summer because he was out of school for the summer, and you know, and I didn't work. I was disabled, you know, and I just got my settlement at that time, you know, got granted my disability and whatnot. So we went back up there and stayed the whole summer with her, you know, helping her newborn, you know, because the dad, you know, his son-in-law, he was doing school and studying and gone, and then they were just, he was on the boat doing little short leaves and stuff at that point. And also she was by herself, you know, and then they were also moving from, it was like she was born, and then a few weeks after she was born, you know, I say a few weeks, it was about a month or so, he was being transferred from South Carolina to Virginia. So they had to go, she had to drive to Virginia and do a physical inspection of where they were supposed to be staying in order for them to give them the keys. And then just as soon as she did that, the earliest appointment she could get for them to inspect the old place and turn over the keys was like a few weeks later. So I had to drive her from South Carolina to Virginia and stay with her for a few weeks, and then went from Virginia back to South Carolina to do the inspections and shit, and then went back to Virginia, and then I did a lot of back and forth driving at that point. So it's like, yeah, my granddaughter's special too. But my grandson, my daughter was going to school and work, my wife worked, you know, and then again, I wasn't that grouchy asshole I was when my son was little. You know, I was working full time then, so I missed a lot of time with my son growing up, a lot of little things because I was at work or just in one of my moods. And so I got to kind of make that up with my grandson because I was daycare, you know. I did my best to watch him. You know, he was a good baby, Grumpy's little buddy. So he's my little guy, you know. So. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shut this down because I gotta call my daughter. I gotta get him to come over tonight. Yeah, we're trying to keep the normality the best we can for as long as we can until stuff's situated and all. And I understand her being hurt and processing it, but the kids don't know what's going on, and they were knowing that they were supposed to be with Mimi and Grumpy tonight. You know, Mimi and Grumpy, we're not arguing. You know, that's just it. The only problem around here is just me getting emotional. So I'll keep my shit together to get my grandbabies here for the night. Yo, I'm gonna bounce off this live. Like I said, I got to shut down so I can call her. You know? But thank y'all for putting up with my crazy babble and listening to my crazy mess, and I appreciate all the support from everybody. I truly do. This helps me out so much. You know, I don't have a counselor, I don't have a grief persons or anything like that. You know, I got my YouTube family, and I appreciate all y'all's support. So everybody have an awesome day. Stay awesome, stay laid back. Remember, it's my job to be grumpy. God bless everybody. I'll go live again soon.
Wood chips flying in the air, crafting beauty without a care. Roach clips glimmer in the light, shaped with patience, pure delight. The scent of cedar fills the room, banishing shadows, chasing gloom. The stress and pain, they fade